Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be changing the rear brake pads on a Audi S4 2017 model. Here I'm activating the retraction procedure for the rear caliper pistons. You need to do this on diagnostic software, or there is a couple of videos on YouTube which show you how to cheat with a power probe. So once you've done that, it only takes a couple of minutes, and most modern diagnostic machines will do it for you, and it does make the job a lot easier. Okay, so obviously we're going to have to remove the wheels. There's 17mm wheel bolts on these, as with most of the Volkswagen Audi group. So let's get that off the way. Now here you can see the brake disc and brake caliper. What you need is a 17mm socket to hold the slider. You'll notice flat edges on it, and a 13mm. Here I used a ratchet spanner, being a bit clumsy because I'm using one hand. And you hold the 17mm that's on the slider while you undo the 13mm bolt. This is to release the caliper. So you've got two of these, one top and one bottom. Once these are released, you should just be able to lift the caliper away to reveal the piston and the brake pads. Once you gently prise the brake pads out, you can check the condition. In my case, I think they were just over halfway worn. So it does quite a lot of miles every year, this car, so we decided to replace them because it probably won't make its next service before it ends up metal on metal. So we'll put new brake pads in this. Now, although we've retracted the rear calipers, you do actually still have to push the piston back in manually. There shouldn't be much resistance on it. As you can see, I'm doing this here with very little effort. The right tool is very handy. This does make life a bit easier, but you can do it with a big pair of water pump pliers or something like that. Be careful with the dust cover here, make sure you don't twist it. I find it helps sometimes to pull the rubber away from the piston slightly to let the air out of it, and it tends to find its way home. Here you can see it's all gone back nicely. Rubber's still in good condition. Sliders are moving, so there's no seizures going on here, but we will take them out, we'll clean them up and re-copper slip them. Always compare your new brake pads against your old ones, preferably before you take them out of their wrapping, in case you need to send them back, because it does happen sometimes you get sent the wrong ones. I like to use copper slip on these as well, just on the points where it makes contact with the carrier, just so it helps them you know, to stay free, moving freely. Make sure you don't get it on the friction material, because that is a bad idea. After all, you do want your brakes to work. So yeah, here we go. Be careful with the copper slip. Get it only on the areas that may seize up. And it should fit nice and easily. Push the front in first, just push the springs back, and then the back should pop in with the pad. Then you can fit your caliper back on. In my brake pads, I actually got Duratec brake pads for this. I was supplied new bolts as well, so that was handy. You can see the Loctite is already on the thread of the bolt, so they won't be coming loose. So don't force these in. You don't want to cross thread anything. Always feed them in by hand first before you get the spanner on. Don't forget guys, please double check and triple check your bolts and your sliders just to make sure they're nice and tight. You don't want anything coming loose or any rattling. So double check them to make sure they're okay. And that's all the work you need to do pretty much. Put the rear wheel back on, make sure they're tight. Always go around these with a torque wrench, guys, before you take it out on the road, just to make sure they're tight, just in case your gun doesn't work correctly. Then it's back to the diagnostic machine, and you can reinitialise the rear calipers, so it'll wind the pistons back out, so the pad just about makes contact with the disc. Make sure you do this, otherwise you'll have brake warning lights up on the dashboard, your brakes won't work very well, and your parking brake probably won't work at all. So make sure you reinitialise this, and that's pretty much it guys. If you'd like to see a video of the front brake pads being done, please check out my other videos. I've got that on there as well, and if you do like my videos, please subscribe. Thanks for watching Norbert's Autos.